Hello to everyone, welcome to the Clinical SAS Training Demo. SAS means Statistical Analysis Software or Systems. Here are Clinical SAS Training details. Clinical SAS Training with 15 years experience. Clinical SAS Professionals. Training is having two parts. One is Base and Advanced SAS Training, that is technical part. Second one is Clinical SAS Training, that is domain part. Eligibility for this training is all life sciences students, B Pharmacy, M Pharmacy students, and all B Tech and M Tech students. Duration will be 5 months. Classes will be 5 days per week. Timings are flexible as per the student's request. Both offline and online classes will be available. We will provide 400 interview questions. Tips to crack the interview. Resume preparation. Job assistance to apply for the companies if you have interest. And to schedule the demo, please reach us to clinicalsas924@gmail.com. Our training contents are Base SAS Training, Advanced SAS Training, Base SAS Certification Training, Advanced SAS Certification Training, Clinical SAS Training, Unix Training as much as required for the project, Oncology Project Training, Banking Project for banking projects. Here are the contents for each training. Base and Advanced SAS is having statements, functions, procedures, output, delivery systems, macros, SQL, dictionary, tables, and advanced programming. Clinical domain is having SDTM, atom tables, listings, figures, and validations. Unix training will be provided and free of cost. It is having all the necessary commands for the project. Log in to the servers and check in and check out the files, providing permissions to the files which are used in live projects. In Oncology Project domain explanation and respective SDTM atom and tables, listings, figures will be provided. Our training explanation will be perfectly in 3 oriented ways. One is to crack the interview, second one is to handle SAS certifications, third one is to handle live projects. Our teaching methodology is organized perfectly as in. Concepts explanation will be in diagrammatic and an easy way. First we'll explain what is client requirement, how to collect the requirements, and what is expected target output, comparing and exploring the difference between functionalities. Much oriented in programmatic way. We'll focus on both domain as well as technical perspective. Please check our below slides to confirm on this. Our project explanation is having both real-time project environment architecture as well as technically SAS project architecture. Coming to the project environment, you must have to know who are clients, group leaders, team leaders, statistical programmers, and senior and junior associates, and project organization, and next how SAS projects are aligned, what we will do with SAS programming, and how we will handle the data, fetching the data from servers, text and Excel files, cleaning the data, analyzing the data, manipulation of data, and finally reports generation. All these tasks how we will manage with SAS programming, so all the programming explanation will be provided clearly in daily classes. Not only SAS programming but also what is happening at backend of programming is also important, so you have to provide clear and neat explanation to the interviewer. At the time of interview we will explain all these processes. A small example is below how our teaching methodology will be organized. Which one is more efficient, whether statements or options? If so, why? What is the reason behind of it? What is PDV? What is its role? While writing programs we can code in many ways, but efficient way of coding is very important. This perfect explanation you have to provide on performance of SAS programming at the time of interview, so that interviewer can estimate your confidence on efficiency programmatic skills that create impress on you. Like this we will provide all other performance efficiency techniques. We will see one simple example. You must have to know which one is efficient, where statement or where option. What is the difference while programming? Which one do we need to use to work efficiently, where statement or where option? And also where will be compared with, if which one is efficient where, or if these understandings are very important to you. All SAS statements are explained using programs so that you will understand clearly and can explain at the time of interview. Few SAS statements are input, put, in format, length, label, keep, drop, rename, retain, set, merge, update, array, if then, else if, do while loops, when, select, which are very important to handle the project. There is one more example as we can write the code in different ways for the same output rather using only one method. We can choose which method is the best, convenient and efficient method. For getting output of grade variable as per client requirement, we can use various methods as below. Using if, then else if statement, using select statement, using format statement, using put function, using SQL case statement. So you have to explain for the interviewer if he asks the question in programmatic way. If you explain in the above manner, it will create impress on you, and interviewer will think that you have good understanding and grip over the program. Every day after completion of regular class, Lesson-related interview questions will be provided. Here are a few interview questions, and mock tests are also conducted upon your requests, so that you can thoroughly prepare for the interview from the beginning itself. How will you delete or read the variables? What is the difference between label statement and label option? How will you change the variable name? How could you filter the data? What is the difference between where statement and where option? Which one is efficient, one if statement or where statement? How will you categorize the data? What does when clause? Can we use select statement in data step? How could you define and format, label and length for a variable at a time? How will you delete the observations from a dataset? What is the difference between retain and sum statement? We will SAS functions, which are utmost important for the interview, and to handle the project successfully. Those are character functions, truncation functions, missing functions, date functions, call routines, numerical functions, mathematical functions, SAS bitwise functions. We will explain each and every functions clearly in programmatic way and comparatively. We will see another excellent example, and their concepts using diagrammatic way. One is SAS SQL retrieving data from single table. Another way is SAS SQL retrieving data from multiple tables. Here base SAS statements are set and merge, but advanced SAS statements are join and unions. You must have to know what are all the outputs we will get, and comparative mode for each statement is mandatory. For example, interviewer will ask, what is set, merge, union and joins? Shall we get the same output using above statements or not? If yes, why? If not, why not? You have to answer clearly. Now coming to clinical SAS domain. Clinical SAS domain is mandatory. As much as technical knowledge, clinical domain knowledge is also very important. Both are two eyes for the projects. Having only technical knowledge, it is not good, and only having domain knowledge is not good for the project. So we need to balance our knowledge on both tasks. Here are very few clinical SAS domain interview questions. What is clinical trial? Why clinical trials are conducted? What is the role of clinical trial in drug research and development process? What are different phases in clinical trials? Explain the clinical trial phases. In what phases do you have experience? In which phases do you find safety and efficacy of a study drug? Explain the process flow of clinical trial data. What is meant by SDTM, Adam? On what basis clinical trial data will be collected? Almost 400 interview questions we will explore at the time of regular class S. Here is the diagrammatic explanation of calculating study day, which is utmost important in clinical SAS projects. We will provide Unix training at free of cost. We will explore how to handle Unix commands in live projects, and as much as important, only focus on those commands only. Here are a few important commands: cat touch more grep ls find cmp diff, and many more. We will guide you which software used to login to servers, how to login, how will you fetch the data from servers and transport the files in and out from servers, and many more. For complete training details, please contact us and visit our website crystalclinicalsas.com and mail us to clinicalsas924@gmail.com. Enjoy your training at our institute and explore more knowledge. Thank you. Bye-bye.